Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Dysfunctional Systems, Learning to Manage Chaos. I am super excited because as far as the latest blog post of Deschan, their schedule is that they will have the demo of episode 2 released tomorrow, or December 16th. And, oh, hey Matt. Hi. But, and then on episode 2, it'll be, released February 28th of 2015. So, I'm super excited. I don't know when I'm releasing this, of course. It's probably gonna be after Hatful Boyfriend is finished. So, with all the technical difficulties of that, it's been a hassle. But, yeah, I'm really excited to get this started and to do Winter's first week, which is what the demo will be called, and then do episode 2. But, of course, I have to finish episode 1, right? So, let's start, eh? Of course, I have text messages and Skype peoples, and a lot of people like to contact me, apparently. But, my surroundings quickly change as the countdown reaches 0. I take stock of the new room, noting that it is particularly furnished yet elegant, with the same large desk I saw on television sitting meters away from us. The same man is here as well, though this time he's standing, back toward us, and gazing out a large window. Ooh. He naturally does not notice our arrival. There isn't anything visually or audibly spectacular about a teleportation from the ICD. Okay. Cyrus lifts his arm to aim, and everything crashes onto me. I stare at the trigger intently, and it is as though time has slowed. I can do something. I can stop this. I could just push him. I could swat the thing out of his hand. It doesn't have to go this way. There are other things we could do. He can't be so cold-hearted. No one deserves this. He's going to die. I can't stop this. I can't do anything. I cry out. Too late and soundless under the gun, but he heard me. Barnaby heard me. He turned, and I saw his face as he died. The scariest part is that his face in death was exactly as a normal face. I'll now see it everywhere. He crumples to the floor. Cyrus doesn't scold me for shouting. He just stands still at my side, pointing his gun at the president's corpse. I stare at the body and become aware of my breathing. I take in air and rattle as it fills my lungs. This is literally the strangest experience I've had since I got here, and I am not convinced it's real. I don't want to be convinced. I am displaced and overwhelmed. I haven't even read novels like this. I can't react to something so almost fake. After a few minutes, Cyrus lowers his weapon and returns it to his inventory. My neck cricks as I turn to witness the action, seemingly abrupt in the stillness of death. He lifts his wrist and looks at it. And we're out of there, apparently. We are then returned to the street where we started, some distance from all the televisions. At the new location, I break from my stupor and attempt to ground myself again. I assure my mind that this is all real, and knowing that it is, I soon look upon Cyrus with contempt. Wasn't that it? What are we doing still? Bleh, 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 whoa. Wasn't that it? What are we doing still here? Guilty and need another drink, perhaps? We need to monitor the situation. There may be more to do yet. In his case, doesn't that mean more people to kill? Whatever, I've done what I can. Whatever, I've done what I have to. Can I leave now? Frankly, I don't even care about my grade after this. Look. What? I turn to what Cyrus is directing my attention to, the wall of TVs from before. There's a small crowd gathered there, and over the heads I can see the instantly recognizable crest of the Brighton presidency displayed on the screens. Without a word, Cyrus moves to join them. I reluctantly follow, uncertain whether I'm going to like what I'm about to hear. This is the emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. Please play. Oh my god. Mouth, please work. Please pay close attention to the following message. The message will begin in 10 seconds. Then they've... I stopped myself from using found out, or alternatively caught you, realizing our company. Cyrus merely looks down at me for 3 seconds before gazing back to the symbol. If the president is dead, then who's going to speak? His second or something? The message will now play. Oh, what? Sir, isn't that... Shh! It's... the president, dressed in his same brown suit, behind his same large desk, in the same exact room that I just saw him die in. I thought this place wasn't magical. Isn't this necromancy? Cyrus' expression reveals little to the mystery as usual, but I can see for certain that he is in no way nervous about this. Right, it can't be necromancy. Rigid physics. Winter. Oh, wait, what? Right, it can't be necromancy. Rigid physics, Winter. Think with some sense. Cyrus probably killed a body double or something. Is body double the right term? He killed somebody acting as somebody else. At least, I seriously hope so, because the last thing I need after all of this is wizards. People of Brighton, do not be alarmed, for the news that I bear is by no means alarming. This tape is to be played at the time of my death, to be more exact, the time of my assassination. The crowd gasps and murmurs, despite the president's cryptic assurance. Ah, right, of course, this must have been what Cyrus expected. The people shall now have a martyr. Vice President Haynes shall carry on my duties, few as they were from here on. He will also make certain my final order is brought to fruition. My body tenses at his words. As I'd said, this is not alarming news. After my actions today, I fully expected Gabria's retaliation. I know what he means, and it's crawling forth in my head, the realization that I, in my inaction, advocated this. Of course, I hoped that I would be wrong. The second possibility, the likely one, the bomb will be launched and people will die. But the Gabrian elite seemed set to dismiss us. While unfortunate, it is their choice. Gabria did this? I knew things were bad, but never thought they'd start outright killing us. It seems they're reacting with somewhat expected behavior, but none of them are calling for the death of Gabrians. It is not with pleasure that I issue the order for their death. An eye for an eye is a bitter philosophy. I wish there could have been another way. The missile has already been launched. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Wait, hey, are we seriously going to fight Gabria? Was Barnaby crazy? Just because we got a military doesn't mean we can fight anyone. We don't stand a chance. We're gonna get slaughtered. Haven't you been keeping up with the word on the street? That bomb is supposed to take out Gabria. The whole damn city with one bomb. They're the ones who are gonna get slaughtered. Good goddamn riddance as far as I'm concerned. Barnaby nailed it. Gabria should pay. Had their chance and they pissed it down the gutter. Hey fellas, we've been dying here for over 100 years, and for what? So's that Gabrians could sit on their lazy asses all day and watch us bleed? I say, let them learn something about what it's like to suffer and die. I plug my ears, but their voices pierce me. Yeah, we can do this. Barnaby fought and died for us. He's always been fighting for us. We shouldn't let his death be in vain. Man, when I first heard his speech, I thought he was nuts, but maybe the old bastard was right all along. Maybe this is how we should fight back. Kill the fuckers! Let's show them what we're made of. What am I hearing? I do hope severely that we will be able to negotiate after this. Fuck negotiating! Shut up! We can't fight them. Are you insane? We're not gonna fight them. We're gonna fucking kill them. People of Brighton, I am sorry that there was no path for us other than that stained with bloodshed. Do not forgive me for my decisions. I only pray that tomorrow will be a better day for you, and that my choice was the proper one. Good night, Brightons. It has been an honor serving as your president, as little as it ever meant. The crowd erupts into commotion, screams of praise, shouts of anger, but one overwhelming cry. Give 'em hell! I don't know what it means, but it sickens me. I immediately face Cyrus with intent to spit on his shoes and slap him across the face, if only I could reach, but he drags me away from the crowd before I am capable of either. Sir? You won, sir. Have your unity in blood. Where's your smile? Why aren't you happy? It's gone precisely as planned. You! Are you not getting this? You just killed at least an entire city of people. And why? Why, I ask? Because you refused to listen to me. Because you were so stubborn and... because I couldn't stop you, you miserable, shrewish, murderous oaf. I can't believe this! How could I have let this happen? This weight isn't something someone like me should bear. I can't bear this enormous load of bullshit. This guilt at my incapacity. This fury at your foolishness. This disgust in myself for my apathy. Why won't you say anything? Look over there. The whole congregation looks to the horizon, where there is a glowing, growing light. Anger subsides into shock, which subsides into disbelief, and then acceptance. What comes with acceptance is a sadness so sudden, thick, and powerful that tears fall from my eyes before I even realize they're coming. Millions of people are now gone. In a moment. Just gone. Burnt up. I'm to blame. I failed. Absolutely and 100%. I allowed this ruination. Sir, you... I just can't believe you. I just can't accept this. Why did you kill them? An immense wave of sound and energy pounds through us, and I nearly topple over, held still only by tugging at Cyrus's shirt. Shit. Shit! Shit! Well, shit, Cyrus, really? That's all you've got to say after all this? Shit of all things? Let me tell you what you should be saying right now, you murderer. You fucked everything! Settle down, we don't have time for that. He nods into the light. That right there is a classic sign of a true fusion bomb, and that shockwave just now tells us it's too strong for its own good. What? Brighton couldn't test a nuclear weapon under Gabria's surveillance, and it shows right there. They used too much reactant, and it's become self-sustaining. What? What in the world does that mean? It means this whole world is dead. That reaction is going to continue until it's consumed the entire atmosphere and left this planet a barren rock. The whole world? What? He turns from me. We need an out. Prioritize the student. The situation is hopeless. Wait, hold on a second. This is impossible. What is he saying? It's gotten even worse? Ridiculous. It can't be. No. How could this even... Don't tell me after all this happened, this is how it ends. Don't tell me that. What just happened? What? The light was actually bright enough to dry my eyes. For a second, I'm pretty sure I've died. So sure, in fact, that my concerns for Brighton's world are briefly overtaken by personal ones. But then I realized if I were dead, I couldn't think. I looked to my right and see Cyrus there, confirming the theory. We've returned home with one less world to worry about. Whoa. High radiation levels detected. Please remain calm and wait for emergency medical personnel to assist you. High radiation levels? Is talking about us? Sir, what's going on? The events of the past 4 hours have totally beat me over the head, and I'm still reeling from the blows. Right now, I don't know if I should despair over the losses or fear something else. Really, I'm finding it difficult to think I've not just woken up from some over-imaginative nightmare. We picked up some radiation from the blast. We'll be fine though, right? Yeah, it is concerning cause. After a few moments, the entrance to the room opened with a loud clunk, and some people in a hazardous adventure pushing a trolley along with them. Sir? It's just a precaution. Relax. Relax? I need you both to lie on your backs for us. Cyrus calmly does so, but I do not. I'm going to be okay, right? You will be, if you lie on your back. And if I don't, I feel fine! Well, you should. It takes a while for the symptoms of radiation sickness to set in. Mercy, I'm nervous. Everything was confusing before, but I can easily process the threats in my own life. How long? Well, it depends. The longer, the better. Now, could you please... And what happens if they come on too fast? Should I be worried? Hey, if you just... Oh crap, I'm freaking out. During said freak out, I noticed that she was motioning for another person in the suit to come over. We're going to give you something to calm you down. Well, hold it! I don't want to be calm. This is the perfectly appropriate way to react. If you let us work on you, you won't have any reason to freak out. We'll make sure you get over this. Now lie down so we can. I do so grudgingly, still absolutely worried about everything. The paramedic leans over me and, from what I can tell, prepares to insert an IV. It enters with little pain, only a prick, but it's enough to make my eyes water. After they start, they don't stop. I cover my face with my free arm. I'm gonna die, aren't I? No, you're not. Look, are you positive you don't want to take something to calm down? It's difficult to talk while I'm choked, sobbing every half second. I'm sure. I'm just so scared. I hate this. Alright, I'm going to explain what we're doing a bit. We're giving you a drug that will quickly clear out the radiation in your body and prevent the delayed effects of poisoning. I should say, even though it does that, you're still going to feel the early symptoms of radiation sickness. But that's it. It'll only be sickness. You won't die from it. You're just going to feel really, really gross. We can put you to sleep until the symptoms pass if you'd like. No. Whatever's coming. You deserve it. I don't care if I suffer. Just please don't let me. I don't want to die. You're not going to die. It's their job to keep that from happening, and we're pretty good at it. If you need any further reassurance, hey, you're not throwing up, right? No spontaneous bowel movements either. At least not yet. I'm gonna do what? Oh man. Just remember that it's going to suck, but you're going to live. Your body lost a lot of cells in that blast, and it's going to be bad until they've regenerated. I want to go to my room. Sorry, but you'll have to stay here until your radioactivity is lowered to an acceptable level. I'll take you to your room once that's over with. So I lie on the floor, quietly sobbing to myself as I'm medicated through gravity. I'm terrified, and I feel terrible, and I only feel more terrible that I'm not feeling quite terrible enough. And the worst. I mean, what are these tears even for? I'm not gonna die. Someone already died. A whole planet of someone's. Don't they deserve my tears? I guess now that I'm home, it's just so easy to distance myself from it. Almost like it never happened at all. I know that's not true, but... well, it's all Cyrus's fault anyway. Even if I fought him tooth and nail, he's my superior, and doing that would be... ugh. I don't even want to imagine his fate. I make a sincere effort not to look in his direction, even with him lying right beside me. I gaze instead at the black ceiling, trying my best to feel grounded on the script as it is. Alright, that should do it. Basically, I should have just fought him on it. I shouldn't have followed him because the whole planet got destroyed, and maybe I was the ignorant one. Maybe the player is the ignorant one because they think they're so smart because they can relate to Cyrus and everything because they live in that kind of society, but then it ends up being wrong. The words break me from a self-induced trance. The person in the hazmat suit has since removed it, and when I return, I'm glad to find a bare hand and smiling face offered to me. Let's be off to your room, then. Okay. Thank you. She helped me to my feet, which I find are currently very unsupportive. I feel significantly weaker than average, which is saying a lot, since I'm constantly aware of my natural physical weakness. I sway slightly, but I don't know if it's due to the radiation or just my nerves being completely shot. Probably a bit of both, to be honest. As the paramedic leads me from the room, I don't bother checking back to see if Cyrus is still there. When we arrive, my roommate is standing against her bed, reading. There's something in the codex. True fusion. Holy shit, that's a nasty picture. Note, this entry concerns man-made fusion with traits similar to star creation. For fusion initiated by fission, see the entry on nuclear fusion. And I will as soon as I check my text messages again. True fusion is a term used mainly by Earthen to describe manufactured nuclear fusion. Most systems are incapable of this process, and instead refer to fusion sparked by fission as nuclear fusion. This entry instead refers to the genuine, pure process of beginning sustainable nuclear fusion. I always mix up fusion and fission. They're so similar. As it is a term of our own creation, do not expect to hear it in any systems. Occasionally, a system will make the distinction between the two, but it is not to be counted on. Always investigate if you believe there may be confusion between terms. True fusion can be used to create stars and is therefore incredibly dangerous and significantly more likely to appear in a scientifically advanced society. The energy required to accomplish it is often unattainable, and the power generated is immense to the point that setting it off, let alone controlling it, is practically impossible. And yet it happened. True fusion involves the fusing of light elements together to create heavier elements. The process of forcing this reaction varies, but most often it mimics starbirth, with the nuclei being massively compressed and heated until a self-sustaining fusion begins. Usually this is accomplished via an artificial gravity well. This is exceptionally dangerous and even capable of nullifying an entire system. In fact, true fusion bombs have been developed by spacefaring societies as a means of quickly killing planets' populations. These are rare occurrences, however, as most spacefaring societies tend to be peaceful, at least to their own kind. On the other hand, in desperate and highly advanced societies, it is often proposed as means to replace primary stars, the star at the center of their solar system like our sun, before they begin dying out. This incredibly complicated process involves having a method to transport new fuel to the star, obliterating the old star, removing the heavier elements from the old star's remains, combining the new and old left over from the star's death. Fuel, starting fusion and accelerating starbirth and aging to create a new star as quickly as possible. The number of ways this process could go is staggering. In such an event, it would be preferable to simply move the system's population into another solar system and/or area. Considering the chaotic and destructive nature of true fusion, extreme caution must be used in any situation where its usage is suggested. And that is exactly what we didn't do! Instead, we did, like, extreme full-on attack mode, and let's just tackle this right away, instead of, like, we should really be a little bit more careful as to what we're doing. And it was all because we only had 4 hours to figure out what we were supposed to do. And we just did it all completely wrong, and don't do it this way if you play this game. Just do it a different way. Rebel against your damn teacher. Don't do what I did. Apparently following my favorite character wasn't a good idea. Okay. She actually looks in our direction, but withdraws at the sight of me. Yeah, I don't blame you. Winter? Oh, what happened? Not right now. How are you? Do you need any help? Ma'am, is she alright? She'll be alright, but I think about now she needs to puke. Ugh, the lady is right. On the long way over to here, I started feeling right nauseous. I started leaning forward to indicate that I want to go to the bathroom. The medic notices and lets me go. I stumble forward and take off in a sprint to the toilet. When I reach there, I immediately toss up the seat and start vomiting into the thing. It's awful. From outside the bathroom, I can hear the paramedic's voice. Do you want me to stay with you? I open my mouth to answer, but quickly close it, as it is not words that are about to come out. Sweet saliva washes over my tongue and I grimace, spitting it out in a hurry. That feeling of rolling hurl continues, and I keep trying to expel the nauseating water. On a 4th or 5th, or whatever I'm not counting, attempt, that comes out more like sticking drool, and a wave of vomit arises. It passes through me violently and tears form at my eyelashes. Breathing into the puke-filled toilet, I somehow manage to answer her, rather than blowing chunks again. I'll be fine. My stomach is gurgling. Panting over the rim, I listen to the other room. You're her roommate? Yeah. Do you have anywhere to go right now? Or in the next few hours, for that matter? No. Great. Stay with her, please. She'll probably be in there for a while, but just make sure to call if it seems any worse than it should be. Like how? How much worse could it get? Well, actually, it shouldn't get any worse than it is. I just want you to phone us with your hall's emergency line if she's suffering too much and needs a sedative. Alright. What is it anyway? Is it just a stomach virus, or is this about her assignment today? The latter. She got radiation poisoning from an out-of-control fusion reaction. We've lost a system. The air was completely burned away. Waverly doesn't respond to this, and the silence is long. As if to fill it, I throw up again. Don't worry, it's only sickness. She's not radioactive anymore. Now, I need you to listen. This is important. Make sure she doesn't eat anything tonight, okay? She should fast a bit, for now. Tomorrow morning, though, get her to eat and to drink lots of liquids. As awful as she feels, I need you to make sure she does. Can you do that for me? Yeah, I can. Excellent. Hey, are you sure you don't need anything? Hearing this, I don't even consider it. Though I'm practically in pain with all this gastrointestinal warfare, right now I think I seriously deserve to suffer. I need some kind of punishment. I don't want to feel okay after what happened. No, I don't want anything. My stomach's gurgling again. I close my eyes. I think I'm going to need to start sitting on this soon. Alright. Your debriefing has been pushed back until tomorrow afternoon in consideration of your state. You should also try to visit one of the counselors tomorrow, or on the first of the week if you aren't feeling up to it. Don't let this eat you up inside. Alright? Okay. Good. I'll be going now. Be sure to have your roommate call us if you need anything. I can't see the paramedic leave, but I hear the door close. Oh no. I let loose into the toilet again. Oh, gross. I flush and then roll over onto the floor. Whoa, shit, seriously already? I mean, hey, you alright? Alright, I guess that might have looked like I passed out. Although, with how I feel right now, that could happen. Yeah. Stomach. Gurgling. Oh, nope. I kick the door shut, forcefully. Something's coming from somewhere else. Gripping my abdomen as hard as I can through my sweater, I lower my pants and get onto the seat. This is torment. Seriously. I don't know how long it's been, but all that's needed to pass seems to have passed now. I've since taken a shower and brushed my teeth for good measure. I crawl out of the bathroom and flop onto the linoleum. Hey. Oh wow, she is like so much taller than me. Like, she is taller than like Cyrus was. Oh, but maybe that's because I'm on the linoleum floor? Like, is that it? Maybe that's it. I look at Waverly with what little strength I have. She looks upside down from here. You look green. Hey, I'm going to help you up. You shouldn't be in the bathroom all day. It's bad, being in here. I showered. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's because I was on the floor. She bends down and takes me by the arm, lifting me with relative ease. But seriously, yeah, I understand. I think I'm done, anyway. Can you bring me to my bed? Well, I didn't pick you up to bring you to mine. Come on, I don't want to drag you. It doesn't matter what she wants, I lack the strength to move. She drags me regardless. When we reach my bedside, she tosses me onto my mattress. With her hands at the edge, she tips her head and looks at me. Yeah? Can you talk much? I think if I talk any more than what I'm doing now, I'll spew. Sorry. It's okay. Don't worry about it. She looks at me like she wants to say something, but doesn't. She pushes from my bed and moves to hers. I hear it creak as she climbs into it. Hey. Yeah? Did you actually almost die? I did. The assuredness with which I speak my words somehow shakes me. I feel fear again, for a moment, but it quickly passes. I'm alive and I'm safe. It's okay. Waverly doesn't say anything, and I can't turn to see her. I didn't die, though, and my mentor didn't either. Ugh, my eyes hurt. My head hurts. Waverly, can you turn off your lamp? I'm sorry. After saying this, I fall silent. I hear soft footsteps, and in seconds it's dark. It's almost a comfort, this void. But nothing right now could make me feel better. I apologize to Waverly again. She still says nothing, but I can tell that she has an answer. I don't know what the answer is, but it seems hard to say. That's fine, though. My eyelids are heavy, and my skull is throbbing. I feel like I'm going to drown in sleep soon. That sleep you get from medication. Thick and unnatural sleep. I don't, though. I just feel weighted and queasy. I stare at nothing and listen to the settling of the dorms. I can hear people walking through the stone halls, although it's late. Wind is swirling about the mountains. There's music coming from elsewhere, light and haunting. Slipping away from my consciousness, I begin to close my eyes. We never paid for our drinks. That's such an afterthought! That's such a sad afterthought! Don't make me think about that. Dysfunctional. You've made me so depressed. I really do like this game though. It's well done. Whoa, there's more? This is so bleeding awkward. I know that taking care of Winter is my responsibility, but, well, I can't. It's past 12 o'clock and I still haven't gotten brazen enough to wake her. I've managed to drop the ball with the simplest task. Make sure she eats breakfast. She just came back so depressed yesterday. I've no idea how to strike up a conversation with her now. I want to cheer her up, obviously, but I just... Okay, first of all, I don't even know her that well. We've only been living together for a few weeks. Sure, we've been friendly, but, you know, I wouldn't say we're friends yet. Still, as her roommate, I feel like I should at least try to make her feel better. Man, maybe that would just make me seem like an asshole. Like, oh, don't sweat the small stuff, Winter. It's just one world lost, and there's plenty of those. It's a fantastic situation we have here, in room whatever number it is. I'm totally not equipped to understand how she's feeling, and I'm not qualified to pester her. I'm not able to even get what happened to her. How does all of the world's air just burn away? With a demon summoning and a crazy undone seal? Curses and abominations from distant space? That'd be worth seeing. Someone at the door? Maybe this will force me into action. I walk over, prepared to answer. It's the northerner, pretty as usual and handsome all the same. Crossing his arms and putting on a serious face, he addresses me. Waverly, yo! I mirror his pose. Hey, yo, yo! Heard Bew? I have no idea. Heard Bew's on the mend. Came to give her a hug. That's great, but I'm not letting you in. He stutters in puffy disbelief as if what I just said was the most preposterous thing. Why not? I think he might want that hug more than her. Ridiculous. He draws out a slow fake punch. I must make it past you. Therefore, I can challenge you to a duel. Waverly, and the reward will be a 10-second hug for Boo. I bring out my own arm in the same mock attack. Oh? Getting it from her or giving it to her? Oh, I'd give it to her. But I need longer than 10 seconds. Extending a finger from my fist, I point at him. No. Stop right there. His lips tremble for a few seconds, but he prevents a smile. Winner hugs Bo, agreed? Fine, but he will lose this game. He rolls up his sleeve and offers me his hand. Thumb war? Let us dance the dance of combat! Linking hands, we both raise our thumbs and stare intently at the battle zone. 1, 2, 3, 4, I declare a thumb war! We pass our thumbs over one another as we speak the rhyme, and when we finish, we clash. We struggle for a few seconds before Ao speaks. This is so dumb! I think it was a good way of getting the point across. A weird, otherworldly kids game where two opposing forces battle to the death. A great metaphor for the philosophy of some systems. Sure, but something's wrong here. If I had this much fun fighting in a war, I'd be worried about myself. Ha! Well, I wouldn't say the stakes are quite as high here. Do you think they'll give us more rhymes for other concepts? If you see a loaded gun, you had better fucking run. People hate, it's what they call discriminate. He laughs, and our thumb game continues, playfully. Neither of us tries very hard. So, you heard about Winter? Yeah, me and the other idiots who accepted the title of promising were called to an emergency meeting last night. It was like at 2 in the morning. He looks up at me. Cyrus showed up. I also looked up. Really? So what happened? You don't know? I look back at our thumbs. I only sort of know. Cyrus killed the country's leader, and that leader ordered something called a nuke to be launched at another country after his death. The thing could basically wipe out a city. I whistle. Ah, a nuke, you see, is short for nuclear weapon. He says this quite haughtily. Oh my, the education you folks receive dazzles me. Please do try to keep your language simple so that I may understand. I can feel him smile at this, and he replies jokingly. Sorry, I'll try. So how'd this thing that could wipe out a city wipe out a whole planet's population? Well, you see, there's actually only one special type strong enough to do that. I'll admit, I didn't know about it. The true fusion bomb, a bomb that makes stars when it blows up, I think? I don't know, I'm kind of talking out of my ass. Basically, star on planet equals bad. It killed everyone. Huh. What did Cyrus have to say about all this? Nothing. He just stood there while the other mediators explained the situation and told us we should be paragons for our peers. Like we're supposed to be mature about it and not joke about it. Which is pretty damn presumptuous if you ask me. No one's going to be a dick about it. I guess some kids aren't going to understand how serious this is, though. A world just committing suicide with a weapon we've never even heard of is almost comically insane. If you told me about it before the teachers did, I'd call bullshit. Anyway, let's finish this. I'm getting tired of holding you. Aw, really? I can't hold your hand anymore? Maneuvering my thumb with what I'd call some real impressive dexterity, I pin him down for the count. No. After a few seconds, we disengage. Ah, damn it. He scowls and lightly massages his thumb. Well, it's your turn. Well, it's your win. But I've won the warmth of your hand in the palm of my own. Oh, fairest of Waverly, I will cherish it forever. Shut up. Has Bo been asleep this whole time? How long's she been out? Out like a light for something like 14 hours. He whistles long. Well, I suppose not all humans are as durable as me. Yes, we are not all northern strong. He beams and points at me with both hands. Yes, you said it! Closing his eyes, he puffs out his chest and puts his hands on his hips. Sounds like what us Canadians would do. We're born and bred badasses, made tough by tundra and snowdrift. Don't you forget it! That is exactly how Canadians would act about it. Especially my friends. Never, comrade. But, yeah, I can't let you in to hug her. Not with those powerful arms. Standing at ease, he answers me smoothly. Yeah, you'd be soft about it, ma'am. I'd make sure she'd get more out of it than me. Hey, watch yourself. He smiles. Touchy lass? Hey, it's fine if I can't. I love Bo dearly, and I'd love to comfort her, but I understand if the little tyke needs some rest after all that went down. Yeah, she probably does. Keckle, Waverly, don't tell me you haven't even checked on her. I turn my eyes away. Well, what does he expect? Am I meant to just shake her awake and ask, how are you feeling? Didn't even make sure she doesn't have a fever? Waverly. Alright, not a bad idea, that. I will throw you out of there if you won't be responsible enough to take care of her. You make it sound so easy. We barely know one another. Then get two and it will be easy. I kinda despise this guy for his over-positive attitude. Easier said than done means nothing to him. Are you going to leave or do I have to shut this thing in your face? Ao quickly shakes his head and holds up his hands. Whoa, girl, this face is priceless. Don't damage it. You say things like that and I only want to do it more. He plays at flinching and backs away. I'm out! Just say hello to Bo for me and I'll tell her that I hope she feels better soon. Fine, girly. He sucks his teeth and cuts his eyes at me, pouting afterward. Later, Waverly. Later. As he walks off, I move to close the door, but before I'm able to, though, Ao calls for me again. Are you going to use that hug you won? Of course not! Laughing, he turns down another hallway. I close the door and rest my back against it. Lastly, I sigh. Ao's right. I should at least check if she has a fever. Can't Can't tell if she's in comfort or not, but she's very asleep, judging by that dark stain on her pillowcase. I also have text messages again. Why do people constantly need to talk to me? Alright. Oh, hey. Alright, it would be embarrassing for her to wake up with me standing here, so I'll just touch her forehead softly and quick. No fever, I think. I brush away some of her hair. She was sweating quite a bit, looks like, although now she's almost a little cold. Well, I better wake her up now. I lightly poke her cheek, which garners no response. You make this hard for me, eh, you cute little thing? Fine. I slightly pinch her cheek, and when she doesn't budge, I start to tug. Once I do that, she twitches. I can't talk. Once I do that, she twitches, and I understand it as a signal to retreat from her bedside. Moving swiftly, I return to my desk and pick up my books so that I can pretend I was reading. I mean, I was reading around 20 minutes ago, but... she's gotten up. What time is it? Well, look who's decided to wake up. Late. You've been sleeping since 10 last night. Whoa, I actually feel like I've been... Her sentence transforms into a mumbled mess as she begins to nod. Come on, Winter, you were doing so well. You still need to eat breakfast. Or, well, lunch at this point. My bad. Breakfast. She drops back down to her bed, and I can feel her gaze at my back. Sorry. I slept past it, didn't I? Oh man, don't apologize to me. I could have easily woken you up. Well, yeah, it's lunch now, which is what I meant to say. Anyway, when do you want to go eat? Right now? I'll help. Oh, I'm honestly too feeling to actually get up, let alone stand up, or walk, or eat. I see. How are you, Waverly? Fine. You? Bleh, Waverly. Please pay attention. Well, your mind seems alright. Oh, trust me, it's not. I feel so slow. But you practically quipped just now. Good stuff. I hear her turn over. Don't tell me you're just gonna go back to sleep. No. Then what are you doing getting comfy? Am I not allowed comfort in my own room? You're going to fall asleep. No, I won't. That response was measures slower. I don't think you're telling the truth. I won't, Waverly. Oh, maybe I should read you some lines out of this book. That'd keep your attention. Waverly, please. Don't. I turned to an old page. Ahem! Eleanor pressed her silver-tipped finger against his skin and hissed a single question. Winter groans loudly and mumbles something I can't hear. Did you see Asta walking along the parapet, or didn't you? Martin's breath was still, and he turned his eyes from hers. Thoughts of his demon lover were still fresh in his mind. Asta's breath, Asta's taste, Asta's touch. Ah, her touch! Whether his heart had been courted or commanded, it mattered not. He felt for Asta, enough that he could never betray her. I hear Winter turn over again. Spare me! He's about to sleep with Eleanor, though, despite all this crap about Asta. Don't you want to know how that plays out? No! She coughs. No, please stop. Cackle, why are you reading that tripe? You read inward fantasy fiction and you belittle my taste? I like reading inward fantasy because it's fun, so, These books are fun too, but because they're terrible. You see, Winter, I enjoy these works because I can appreciate their silliness. I don't think they're actually good. And you think they're awful and revel in that? Yep, authors from our world are all very good at what they do, naturally, so it's nice to read some trashy nonsense for a change. You're making fun of other worlds. Yeah? Who cares? I don't know. That's right. I might be handling this with the sensitivity of a jackhammer. And I have a call. Who the fuck is calling me? Oh, it's of course it's spam. It's bad enough that they have to do phones and everything else too. Okay. Not that, oh man, what am I supposed to say? Not that I mean to imply, Waverly, it's fine. I don't mean to sound like that bothers me. Sorry. Yeah. Winter. Winter Harrison's place? Oh, come on, you're kidding! We'll pick this up in a bit. I rise from my seat. Coming! I walk over to the door, hoping that this will be over quickly so that I can return and clear the air. Opening it, I'm a bit taken aback to find a teacher and my first mentor. Henry Penn and Walter L. Why are they together? Come to think of it, have they always worn clothes so alike? They're looking like perfect fashionable gentlemen. Are you quite all right, Waverly? Oh, yes, hello, sirs. Can I help you? Waverly, how nice to see you again. I hope you've been well. I raise my shoulders a little because I'm not sure how to answer. Oh, Walter, this student was your prodigy? That was a weird way of me saying that. Walter nods happily. It was our first, I believe, and I'm sure it was an honor. An honor? I cover my mouth, having spoken what I was thinking. I am really in a mess today. She kids. A regular miniature me. Whoa, I hope not. I see. Ah, how rude of me. My apologies, Mistress Eyre. I did not greet you. He gives a halfway bow. Greetings. How are you doing today? Decent. I blink once and hurry out an honorific. Sir. That is good to hear. Can I help you? My roommate is sick, and I was taking care of her, so... Please cut me loose already. Oh, of course. Might you give Mistress Harrison this letter and tell her to expect a meeting with me sometime later? I take the envelope that he offers me, not bothering to look it over. Winter Harrison, eh? That poor girl witnessed the end of a world. Correct. And what's worse, she witnessed Cyrus mediating. Walter. It sounds like he was 200% Cyrus yesterday. Out and out stupid. Walter smells toothily and looks me in the eye, which is weird, but Walter behavior. It's hard not to laugh at his flippant, foolish actions. I only don't because, unlike him, I am solemn about these matters. But Cyrus, he has truly exceeded the limits of being an ass. He is, in fact, such a large ass that he puts the Centerlands to shame. And, what's this? Walter and Henry look to the right, my right, and I peek past the doorframe to see what's drawn their attention. Speak of the devil and he doth appear, Mr. Cyrus Addington. Walter speaks like he's presenting a circus act, complete with showy hand motions and everything. He's right. There's Cyrus, looking a little paler than normal. Laborins! I see that you're still attached to Penn's hip. That's a nice joke, Cyrus. You've always been good at jokes. I'm getting lost with all this text. I should make him sound more weak if he's so pale, but oh, whatever. Though I suppose that's no surprise, seeing as you're a pretty grand joke all your own. Out of the corner of my eye I can see Walter sneering. I haven't had the opportunity to ask. Are you properly ashamed of yourself, or am I to take your overbearing silence recently to be your standard brooding and angst? I'm not here to mince words with you, Walter. Mr. Penn, are you finished here? If so, then can I ask that you leave while I speak with my protege? Henry, who hadn't bothered to say anything between these two, speaks up. As a matter of fact, my business is done. I should let you know, though, Cyrus, that your protege is still infirm. He nods politely at me, indicating to Cyrus my presence. Okay. We were instead speaking to the young Mistress Eyre. She'll do. In that case, Waverly, we will be departing now. Henry puts his hand on my shoulder and bends to whisper at my ear. You know where to find me if you need me, I hope? I understand if recent events have been difficult for you to comprehend. I nod, giving my shoulder a rub as he lets me go and stands up straight. All right, Walter, quit. Oh, wait. Okay. All right, Walter, quit. Quit sticking your tongue out at him. You're being childish. Come now, we're leaving. Right. Goodbye, Waverly. Yes, goodbye, Waverly. Henry and Walter walk toward Cyrus, and while the elder mediator continues past him, the younger stops at Cyrus's side. I strain my ears to listen. I really am fucking disappointed in you. I don't know what you're thinking, but you need to take this job seriously. You asked to be a mentor. Now start acting like one. You're not working alone anymore. After this, Cyrus answers, but I can't hear what he says. Walter grabs him by the shoulder and snarls, whispering something else. Cyrus refuses to look at him, and Walter scoffs, shoving Cyrus out of his way and catching up with Henry, leaving Cyrus to just stand there with his head down. Man, they're so weird. Adults are so weird. After a few moments of nothing, he walks over to the door, his gaze still fixed to the ground. Hello, Waverly. Hey, you awkward, creepy bastard. Man, I'll say so. Anyway, since I didn't realize there was going to be so much after the fact, I guess I'll just end it here and we'll, see what happens in the next episode. Or part, I should say, considering that this is episode 1 of a series of games, but... Man, I wasn't expecting there to be anything after that. I thought that was gonna be, like, in the second episode? But I guess they're exposing some of it here. Not a bad idea, really. It really ties up everything. Or, I would think it would. Hopefully. But, yeah. This is insane. See, like, the spoiler that I got was it like a picture off the, like, video that they did for the fundraiser, and he was dead. Cyrus was dead. So I think that's a different path. And I think it all ends the same, that something horrid goes wrong, and that you are sent home. Or Winter is sent home. But, you know what I mean. But yeah. Feel free to change where you're going with this if you play, because I obviously did the worst fucking thing possible I could have done, I think. I don't think it could have gotten any worse than that. But, yeah. Micah signing out, guys. See you on the next one.